Dallas Regional Medical Hospital, Mesquite, Texas. Everybody needs to share this video. Black women are not treated fairly. Black women are not treated equally. This is insane and inhumane, and it must stop.
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass!
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Okay, this is the first time patient for you. Alright, last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure what her due date is.
Her due date
I
is
just
the
said it
10th.
was the 10th.
I think her due date's the 10th.
She had 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
2 contractions are covered in 2 minutes.
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they treat people here.
So we have a name attached to the nurse who basically was medically negligent with the African-American young lady who came in active labor. LaChrista Vaughn at Dallas Regional Medical Center, Mesquite. Do with that what you will.
Hello guys, welcome back to my short commentary. I hope you are doing good and you are watching this video. So a black mother's viral TikTok is sparkling outrage and raising serious questions about racism. A nurse saw a black woman in labor and ignored her, someone that is screaming in pain. While we dive straight into the video, if you are seeing this video for the first time, please do well to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that more videos like this will pop up your screen. Tell us what you think about the video in the comment section. Like and share the video to help the channel out. We are just publicizing information. We are not criticizing, neither are we supporting. Please do well to support the channel. You're welcome.
I'm watching this clip of a black mother, and I will show you this, in active labor at Dallas Regional Medical Hospital in Mesquite, Texas, and my stomach is in knots. She is screaming, she can't sit, she's doubled over in pain. Anyone with eyes can see she is in active labor, and instead of being taken straight to labor and delivery, she is stuck in that waiting room for over 30 minutes while someone registers her like she's checking in for a dental appointment. So here's the clip.
Fuck!
When's your due date?
Right now!
Is your due date September 11th?
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3!
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass!
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Okay, this is the first time patient for you. Alright, last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure what her due date is.
Her due
I
date is
just
the
said it
10th.
was the 10th.
I think her due date's the 10th.
She had 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
2 contractions are covered in 2 minutes.
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they treat people here.
And the healthcare professional sitting right there doesn't acknowledge her pain at all. No urgency, no assistance, no call to labor and delivery, nothing. 12 minutes later, she delivered her baby. 12 minutes. So that tells you everything and exactly how close she was when she was left out there in agony. People love to pretend medical racism is some historical artifact, but this is exactly what it looks like today. This is how Black mothers die. Our pain is dismissed, our symptoms are minimized, care is delayed until it's almost too late, and then everyone acts shocked at the maternal mortality statistics. There is absolutely no universe where this is acceptable patient care. Active labor at that stage is an emergency. She should have been immediately transferred to labor and delivery, full stop. And if this is how she was treated before delivery, imagine how she may have been treated postpartum. And that is truly what scares me. I hope that this young lady and her baby are safe, but this cannot keep happening. Black mothers deserve better, and the system knows it. It is long past time to root this out entirely.
Hello, TikTok family. This is a follow-up on the video that I posted earlier. So I was at work. I had no idea of the activity that was going on. My daughter's texting me, calling me. I didn't know what was going on. So finally I get home, they tell me about the video, and a lot of you was asking about a follow-up and to explain the situation. So this is the situation. My daughter went into active labor at home. We took her to the hospital. She called ahead of time, so we know they are expecting us. However, we get there to the emergency room. We watching nurses, putting gloves on, running to the door. They get outside of the door, and I drive a black SUV, and they look at my vehicle, and one of the nurses come up to the window, and she goes, I'm sorry, this is for ambulance only. I said, well, my daughter is in active labor. And she was like, okay. She said, but you're going to have to go to the front. I'm like, I have to drive to the front. And they said, yeah, you have to drive to the front. Okay, another redhead. And so I'm like, so she's in you hear, and it was like, yeah, she started bagging up, hit the button, went back inside the building. So I go around to the front. I get out of the car. Again, this girl is in more pain now than she was when we first left the house. And she started saying, I feel pressure, I feel pressure. I said, take deep breaths. I ran in. I said, hey, my daughter's in the car. I went to emergency. They told me I had to come to the front. So the lady was like, what's your daughter's name? Told her Kiara Jones. She gets out some paperwork, started typing in the name. I was like, ma'am, do you have a wheelchair or anything? She's in the car. I need to get her in. Oh, if you check on the other side of those doors where the vending machine's at, there should be a wheelchair out there. There's no wheelchair out there. So she gets up, she walks in the back, and she come to the door with a wheelchair. She said, here you go, ma'am. I said, excuse me, you're not going to come with me? And she was like, no. Oh, okay. So a police officer was in the lobby. He gets up. He grabbed a wheelchair. He goes out the door with me. He said, come on, I got you. Went out there. She is on hands and knees in the back of the vehicle. And I'm like, oh, shit, what is going on? And then she goes, it's in my ass. And I was like, what? And the guy was like, and she was like, he said, okay, she was like, give me a minute. She could not move. So when that contraction eased, we put her in a wheelchair. He said, you can go park your car, because they, again, had people out there. So I went park my car. It wasn't even 30 seconds. I run back in the building. She's just there with a stack of papers in her hand, screaming that this baby is coming. This baby is coming. I look at the registers behind the window, and they looking at me, and they was like, well, we can't do anything until she signed the papers. Are you fucking kidding me? So I grabbed the papers, and of course, it's all ER bullshit that they have. And I was like, You want her to sign this and she's in active labor. And they was like, okay. I was like, ma'am, she was supposed to be induced earlier today at 8 o'clock. And they called and told her that they would call her because they didn't have beds. And they would let her know. And no one ever called back. They called back every hour on an hour. And it was like, no, we'll call you back. And then finally, her water break, she called them. They tell her to come in. So why is she signing these papers? We need her in labor and delivery. And it was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. So the charge nurse comes out and she saw the paper signed. What fucking, are you serious right now? And she closes the door. And then the lady behind the window at this point, my daughter, scribbled her name on all the papers. We gave it to her. She says, thank you. She walked it around to the charge nurse. She opened up the door. My daughter is literally like having a contraction. And she's just standing there in the door. So we push her into the door. I said, can we get her into labor and delivery? She said, no, we have to fill out all this paperwork. I have to do the paperwork and get her a band before we can send her upstairs. So that was the video that you guys saw that I initially posted. So the next video that has no picture on it was when I was pushing her in and we was at the window because they asked me to move her from the window so they can take care of the guests or, patients that was coming in and out. Do not go to this hospital. This hospital is ghetto as hell. They do not care about black women or their babies. This is crazy. I read about stuff like this all the time, but to see this firsthand, this lady did not care, none of them. It wasn't until we got into labor and delivery where we saw an ounce of care or sympathy for her. Before then, they can care less. She did not care if she gave birth in that wheelchair. That was not her problem or her concern.
It's normal for them to get the paperwork and get all of your, history and stuff in the computer. What's not normal is the demeanor and the attitude that the nurse had towards her. There was no type of comforting words. There was no acknowledgement. I'm more disgusted by the behavior of the nurse, not the whole intake process. What pisses me off is that she's clearly in a lot of pain. She's in discomfort. Things could have been handled differently. If you're going into the hospital like that, you're screaming in pain, they need to be handling it differently. And no one else was in that room doing anything. That nurse was sitting there calling doctor's offices or whatever, but there was no sense of urgency. And I'm sorry, but giving birth is like life and death, okay? Unfortunately, I know of a mom who got septic and passed away right after she gave birth. I think we forget that even though you're in a hospital setting, it is still extremely dangerous and things can go wrong. There should have been some kind of sense of urgency, empathy, sympathy, something from the nurse. I don't care that we're overworked or whatever. That doesn't mean that you deserve bad care.
Y'all, I just watched that video of that lady that was about to give birth in the waiting room at Dallas Regional Medical Hospital.
Fuck! When's your due date?
Right now.
Is your due date 11? What? How many times have you been pregnant?
3.
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes.
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
My pressure all the way up. I'm talking about it's up. Because that redheaded nurse that was just sitting there talking all slow, Baby, I'm about to have a whole baby drop out my cooch. You ain't moving fast enough, Pookie. What is you doing? Dallas Regional Medical Hospital, baby, we need a response to this because that was ridiculous. That lady gave birth 12 minutes after she was in that waiting room. And she was sitting there hollering. She was in pain. You didn't give a damn. She didn't give a damn. Y'all. Baby, I would have had to go whoops upside her head. Baby, she would have been all on the floor. Okay? I would have had to go ahead and just wheel my cell phone back. She would have been on the floor. Because ain't nobody got time for that, baby. I'm about to have a whole baby drop up out my...
On November 11th, a woman went to the Dallas Regional Medical Hospital in Texas to have her baby. A nurse by the name of LaCrista Vaughn made that woman sit while she was in active labor in the ER while she triaged her. Asked her a whole bunch of pointless questions while this woman was in active labor, screaming her head off in pain. She's asking her, when is your due date? Now, obviously. She asked this woman how many pregnancies has she had, how many children she had at home, all of these random questions, right? Asked who her doctor is, all of this stuff, right like that. This woman was actively screaming in active labor. This woman picks up the phone and sits there like she hears nothing, right? Her mother is recording this whole thing. I have reposted these videos on my page. The nurse, LaCrista Vaughn, sat there like that woman was not screaming her head off. At one point, the mother asked if someone from anesthesiology can come down to help her. The nurse looked at her and said, "I cannot help you. They're going to take you up to labor and delivery soon." She said, "That's not what I asked. Can someone from labor and delivery come down?" Mind you, the mother is not even sitting down in the wheelchair anymore. She is standing up with her knees in the wheelchair because she's in so much pain. Okay. The nurse looked at her and said, "Labor and delivery will be coming down to get you soon." And the woman's like, "Can someone from anesthesiology come and help me?" The woman said, "I cannot help you." Okay. Baby KJ was born 12 minutes later. She couldn't even get an IV or anything like that because the baby was already crowning while she was sitting there in the ER, while that nurse was refusing to truly help her. Okay. On top of that, the baby was in distress. Okay. The baby had a bowel movement green while inside of the mother and was born with his eyes open. So now they have to keep a close eye on him and go for several tests. That mother and the baby KJ should not be out of the hospital right now. They should not, but they are. Okay. If you go to the mother's page, they have a registry set up on Amazon to help the baby and everything like that. This is completely ridiculous that LaCrista Vaughn at the Dallas Regional Medical Hospital in Texas sat there and let that woman be in pain, severe pain like that. Her mother has the videos on her page. I'm going to tag the mother's page right here. It is really jacked up. Really jacked up. Prayers to the mother and that baby KJ. His birthday is November 11th. He was 7 pounds, 7 ounces.
If Unbothered had a face, this lady face is it. Dallas Regional, I'm appalled. How did y'all allow a lady to be in active labor and there's no sense of urgency? She had a baby 12 minutes later. The paperwork was that important? The paperwork was that important? You had no care in your heart or concern about this woman being in duress. This is an emergency and she's in the emergency room.
Right now.
What?
I don't see this getting enough attention, so we're going to go ahead and just get straight to the point. This is Nurse LaCrista Vaughn. LaCrista works at Dallas Regional Medical Center in Mesquite, Texas, and the other day she had a woman in the triage room and she had no type of sense of urgency whatsoever. Mind you, this patient was clearly in pain, and you can even hear in her tone of voice that she just did not care whatsoever. I'm going to insert a snippet of the video that I saw so you guys can take a look.
Fuck! When's your due date?
Right now.
Is your due date 11? What? How many times have you been pregnant?
Now, as y'all saw from the clip, she showed no type of empathy and no type of sense of urgency whatsoever. In fact, the way she was even asking the questions, she sounded more annoyed than anything. When is your due date? How many times have you been pregnant? Like, she sounded like this was something that just annoyed the crap out of her. And when you go through her social media posts, which is all public, by the way, she constantly makes jokes like this right here. And then to top it all off, the hospital itself has horrible reviews. So you would think that with those horrible reviews, they would be on the employees to try and turn their brand around. But instead, you have comments being left like these right here. And the craziest part about this is that before anyone assumes that, okay, these are just spam comments after this event took place, it's not. A lot of these comments are from 5 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 11 months ago. And what's really bad is the fact that she's even been mentioned in a lot of those reviews, and somehow she's still employed there. LaCrista, if you see this, I just think that it is disgusting how you can post stuff like this and yet you don't own up to it. You're not a good person.
Well, have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen this video by Sugar Baby's ex? Y'all ever seen medical racism in perfect view? You ever seen the craziest shit? The worst nurse of your life? Have you? Well, here you go. You need to go look up this video because this is ridiculous. This is a pure in your face example of medical racism. Why is she having a baby in a wheelchair in the waiting room? Why did she have to wait 30 minutes in a fucking waiting room to go be seen when she's doing this? Look at that. That's anguish. That's pain. You can see it clear as day. So why is she sitting there asking her questions? Why is this lady here, sitting here asking her questions while she is in active labor? Active labor. Her son was born 12 minutes later. 12! That's just a few pushes! This is racist! This is racism! Fucking do better!
Obviously, we all have seen how black women have been treated in labor. And this woman was seen doubled over in pain, screaming in pain, even shouting that she can feel her baby in her ass, and yet the nurse was sluggish about that. They refused to take her into the labor room to deliver and was seriously taking in paperwork while you saw her in pain. Like, this is a woman, your fellow woman in labor. In labor, and you don't have an atom of sympathy or empathy on her. You are seriously taking in paperwork. Okay, you're just giving her time to thrive in pain. Your fellow woman. How can you be this wicked at heart? How can a nurse be this wicked at heart? Someone we trust our health with, like someone we trust our life with. Like if I'm laying down on the hospital bed and she comes to treat me, I will be rest assured that yes. And you are this wicked at heart to your fellow woman in labor just because she's black. Like, are you a human being? Do you have a heart? I really thank you for watching the video, and like I said before, we are just publicizing information. We are not supporting, neither are we criticizing. We are just making information go viral. And if you are seeing this video for the first time, please do well to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Follow us for more important videos like this to pop up your scheme. Like and share the video to help the channel out. You are welcome.